One, and we are recording episode 341. And how do I say your last name?
Baloo, Nikki
Baloo.
Baloo.
Baloo. Yeah, this morning I had on Charlie Duke, who is the 10th man to walk on the moon. And
Cool.
that was a crazy conversation, man. The guy's done everything. I don't think there's anything I can ever do to impress him. But yeah, it was kind of a head trip talking to him just about walking on the moon. I just feel like an idiot looking at him, just amazed, eyes open. I'm like, yeah. But yeah, so Preston Weeks introduced us. Preston's been on here twice for everybody listening. And he said that you'd be a badass guest. So here we are.
Awesome. Looking forward to doing this with you, bro.
How about you introduce yourself? Give everyone a...
Okay, my name is Nikki Baloo. I am a proud entrepreneur. I'm a proud immigrant from Iran in the Middle East. I'm Christian Iranian. My family left after the Islamic Revolution. We came to Canada in 1982. My mom and dad gave us the gift of freedom, for which I'm eternally grateful. And my father has been an entrepreneur. His proudest boast was that he helped feed 51 families, ours and the 50 employees that worked for him. I wanted to be an entrepreneur, and I've become an entrepreneur because of my late father's amazing, awesome and awe-inspiring example.
Mm-hmm.
What I do now is I have programs that serve entrepreneurs. I do speeches, I write books, I have a podcast, I run training programs, we offer coaching programs, we do retreats, workshops, everything to serve the entrepreneur and being the best version of themselves. I've written I've actually written 3 books, 2 of them kind of best-selling. The first one is Finish Line: Thinking How to Think and Win Like a Champion. Second one is The Thought Leader's Journey, A Fable of Life. And this I wrote to help inspire children to become good capitalists. It's called Kathy Capitalist and Johnny Jobmaker
Yeah.
Video Game Company. So that's me. That's who I am. That's what I am all about, my brother.
And we spoke for a little bit on the phone about how you're trying to kind of put together like-minded individuals or like-minded entrepreneurs. What all does that entail? It's I'm just picking your brain. Yeah.
So listen, I run a variety of programs, but it's more and more important, I think, than ever to help strengthen the free enterprise system. And in order to do that, you really want people that are interested in growing their businesses and believe in the majesty of the free enterprise system and what it does for us. So my vision is I want to strengthen the free enterprise system and create the strongest possible constituency for free enterprise and reduce the constituency for socialism. And the way that we do that is we create lots of good capitalists who are very successful, make a lot of money. And we want people who are like-minded and believe in that to come and be a part of this. So if there's folks who have businesses that are at least 7 figures US dollars a year to 8 figures, and they are interested in being in that kind of environment, I want to have a conversation with them. It's one of the many programs that we offer, but it's one of the ones I'm very excited about.
Mm-hmm. And so what is just, someone like myself that's still trying to kind of blaze my own trail in this, like not, it's still a lot of it's just like, it's just general like terror, right? So every day it's just like, what am I doing? Like, it's going to work one day. It's going to work. It's going to punch through. It's going to get bigger. But then there are days where, it's just like crippling and it's like, this is never going to work. But I can't see myself doing anything else. As I told you on the phone, I got into medical school in 2013. Like, no, I'm capable of that. Decided not to do it. And I've been doing this podcast for about 14 months now. And I have an individual investing in it, thinks that it has potential. I know it has potential. As I told you before this, I talked to the guy who walked on the moon. Like, it's pretty badass. I've talked to a ton of interesting people. I've talked to the head of NASA JPL, the group that puts the rovers on Mars. I've talked to the head guy. And
awesome.
Yeah, thank you. And it's, individuals like Mitzi Purdue, who is just, it's you sit around her and you just feel like you're getting better talking to her. But as opposed to the individuals that do make at least 7 figures a year, up to 10 figures a year, what, is there any sort of, I know it's a generic softball question, but what would you say to someone like myself who's 30 years old? Like, I feel like I got this thing going, but there are also days where I'm like, what in the world am I doing? Like I feel like I'm in the middle of the ocean without a paddle sometimes.
Okay, well, look, you need guidance, brother. You're trying to figure it out on your own. Don't do it alone. Hashtag don't do it alone. You need guidance. You need to be in programs like ours with like-minded people. So look, first and foremost, I got a book that everyone in your audience should grab. You should grab. Go to my website, ecircleacademy.com. Here, I'll drop it in the chat.
All right, yeah, I'll put it in the description.
And what you can do, you should go and download this book, The Fable of Life. It's free, or you can go on Amazon and pay for it, which, you know, I'm good either way. And what you ought to do is read this book, because it shows people who are just getting started what they need to do in order to get going as a expert-based business, a thought leader, authority-based business.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the first thing I'd recommend you do. The second thing I'd recommend you do is listen to my podcast, which is called The Thought Leader Revolution. And again, I'll drop that in the chat.
Beautiful.
It's on iTunes, Stitcher, you know, all those places like Spotify. And it's got its own website, which is thethoughtleaderrevolution.com. I interview some of the top thought leaders in the world. I interview people like John Maxwell. I interview people like Mark Victor Hansen, Jack Canfield, Dr. Ken Blanchard, Marie Forleo, Barbara Corcoran from Shark Tank, you know,
Jesus.
crazy people like that. And all people that are not as well known, but are really smart and know what the heck they're doing. So listen, because they share what they've done in order to be successful. So you got to learn from other people in that respect. And then for you, man, you need to monetize, bro. You need to sell something. You're not selling something right now. You're just building your audience. Fine and dandy, but you also have to sell something while you're doing this. So maybe you sell a program to folks, you know, who maybe you specifically aim for people who've been disillusioned with medical school. Maybe that's your niche, your niche. And you go, look, if you were going to medical school, you decide that wasn't for you, and you want to figure it out, come talk to me. I got a coaching program to help you figure it out. I charge $1,500, whatever. And for, you know, you offer like 6 coaching sessions, 1 a week for 6 weeks, and you'll give them a blueprint to change their life. You need something like that. You got to be getting paid now, not someday in the future. Now, get paid now. You ain't getting paid now. It's a big problem, huge problem, because you know what? Your business relies on money. Money is the lifeblood of any business.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's definitely like a red pill I've been, you know, needing to take, is like, hey, you know, again, all fine and dandy, getting cool guests, that's badass and all, but it's like, where does the alchemy take place, right? Where does the, you know, in the nuclear power plant, where does the magic happen, where the heat turns water into steam and turns the turbine and you get the electricity? Where is the applicable thing to society? And right now, I still have not pulled off that alchemy of where does it turn into $1? Like where, you know, it's.
Look, you're a young guy and you brought me on your show, but I'll tell you something right now. You ought to, like, separate from this podcast interview, you ought to jump on a call with myself. There's a number of programs that could be really good for you. We got a thought leader workshop coming up in April. Maybe you do that over Zoom and you start to figure out how to monetize your expertise that way. Maybe you grab some coaching, you know, I work with my better half. She's a top coach for Tony Robbins. She also has some of her own coaching clients on the side. You know, I can hook you up. You can get a few sessions signed up with her, and she'll like help you build a blueprint and get you out there. You got to get paid, bro. You need to start charging. You need something to offer people. Hey, I got to talk to you. I got something. Let's talk. And it doesn't matter if you suck the first 200 times you sell. You can get no's all the way. You won't. But, you know, what matters is that you pitch, you'll get better, you'll get feedback from people, and don't be afraid to put yourself out there and ask for a signature on the line that's dotted. Make it happen, man. Don't wait. Do it now. Do it now. When you wait, you're telling God you don't want success. If you don't take action now, you're telling God, I don't want success. Thank you. Keep me poor. Keep me down. Why would you want that? Right away, get into action, bro. Yeah.
It's the Wolf of Wall Street shit, right? I've been poor. I've been rich. I'll take being rich every time. Right.
Amen, brother.
Yeah. Amen. That's right. Even that's what I tell people all the time on this. Like, why are you doing this? And I'm like, well, you know, I like talking to people. I like everything, but I'm like, I've said from episode 1, I'm like, dude, I'm trying to get rich. I was like, look, I turned down.
I'm getting rich.
Fuck yeah. Yeah. It's like, dude, I got into med school. I know I can make that money if I want. Like, I know I'm capable. When I got in, 2 of my uncles who were both surgeons told me that if you're smart enough to get into medical school, you're smart enough to make more money doing less work.
Yep.
And I really took that to heart. Yeah. And it's,
They're right.
yeah, I don't want something with a cap on it. I don't, I want to be an anesthesiologist. I mean, that's badass, right? $500,000 a year. I mean, that's before you get raped by the government. But I want something that there's no limits on, that there's no ceiling on. To me, everything else seems like a watered down version of slavery.
Amen, brother. Amen. And
Yeah.
you know what? Here's the deal. When we're done with the interview, I'll stop recording. I'll set up a call with you. Let's get you rocking and rolling. I'm telling you, those are the two best choices, right? You have a podcast. That's all great. You need monetization. We need a program for you to start selling this week by Friday. Get going. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And you need to just be pitching. And the only way you're going to know if it's any good is if they buy or not. That's the ultimate test. We call it credit card validation. Did they give you their credit card number? Yes or no? If they did, you got a winner. If they didn't, you don't.
Well, fucking A. Well, shit, man. How about I stop recording right now and we just talk? Is that good?
Sure.
If you want to do that, let's do it right fucking now. Let's do it.
Let's do it, bro.